A series of cold fronts continue to bring damaging winds to large parts of southeastern Australia. So let's have a look at each cold front and how things are going to play out over the next couple of days. So here you can see the winds are still really strong across southeastern parts of the country. Now that's due to this cold front here that crossed Tasmania earlier this morning. And it brought widespread wind gusts in excess of 125 kilometres per hour to western parts of Tasmania, including a staggering 165 kilometre per hour gust at Matsuka Island. Now wind of that strength would be as strong as a Category 3 tropical cyclone. Now here we have the next front that's moving in, and that front will approach Western Tasmania and Western Victoria later tonight, seeing another pulse of the very strong winds across the region, as well as bringing plenty of showers and rain, particularly to Tasmania. Now that front will clear out into the Tasman Sea during the early hours of Sunday before the next front moves in, crossing Western Victoria and Tasmania again Sunday evening into Monday night, bringing really gusty showers and thunderstorms across the region, and as well a much colder air mass in its wake, with small hail and even snow down to low levels before it clears out into the Tasman Sea, and then this high pressure system here will finally bring reprieve from the really strong winds, with settled and light wind conditions expected to continue through until at least Thursday. So here is where we have the wind warnings that are current, and it's across multiple states: South Australia, Victoria, southeastern New South Wales and Tasmania for damaging wind gusts. So wind gusts in excess of 90 kilometres per hour. Now this evening with that first front, there's also the potential for locally destructive winds about Tasmania. So that's winds in excess of 125 kilometres per hour. And as that front clears, there'll be a slight easing of the winds before that next front, Sunday evening into Monday morning, where the real focus will be across southern parts of Victoria, with the potential for locally destructive or winds in excess of 125 kilometres per hour about the west coast and central coast of Victoria, including the bayside suburbs of the Melbourne metropolitan, and also the northeastern ranges of Victoria as well. So winds of these strengths within these warning areas have the potential to bring down both trees and power lines. And where we have the destructive winds, that property damage is a risk. So anyone that does live within these areas, it's really important they stay up to date with our latest forecasts and warnings and listen to the advice from their local emergency services. Now these really strong winds associated with these cold fronts are also generating really powerful and large waves, including up to 9-metre waves off the west coast of Victoria and Tasmania as we move into Sunday and Monday. Now, unusually high tides are also expected on Monday about Port Phillip Bay and Western Port, so in through here, and also Lakes Entrance, where there may be seawater flooding of low-lying areas during the high tide in the morning and then again during the afternoon. Now there are also, with all this rainfall across Tasmania, there's minor to moderate flood warnings that are current, these orange and green areas, including for the Derwent. And with more rainfall on its way, grounds are really saturated and primed, and a flood watch, this purple area more broadly, has been issued with any further rainfall that does fall. So if you live across southeastern parts of the country, it's important that you do stay up to date with our latest forecasts and warnings via the Bureau website, app and social media. And as always, listen to the advice from your local emergency services. Bye for now.